This is Japan's weirdest sleeping pod. It's vertical, and today we're gonna check it out. Actually, quick warning, if you are claustrophobic, just go watch this video. It's wide open spaces, nature, very refreshing. And believe it or not, these are in a cafe, like right in the middle of a cafe. Also, these have the most adorable name ever. It is Tachine Coffee Nap. Literally translates to standing sleep coffee nap. Well, you know, half of it was in English. There's coffee involved in this nap, and I believe food, but let's take a peek inside and see how it works. And here, okay, we're gonna step up inside. I hit my head. I'm also very curious as to how the standing while sleeping thing works. I'm willing to try anything once, or I guess today twice, since I want to try both pods. That one is pitch black inside. This one seems like it probably isn't. Let's take a peek through all the features. I have a feeling that once that door closes, I'm not moving a lot. Seems like we have a lighting system. There we go. And we can change the color. There's a breakdown for how we should sleep. There is a fan in here. The seat and armrest are adjustable. For some reason, there's a footlight. Looks like there's a CO2 detector in here, a set of plugs, and an air purifier. So again, in the winter, you can hang a jacket. And you can charge your phone. I think that's pretty much everything. Anything else, I guess we'll discover while we're inside, but the staff is here to, I guess, help me get set up now. Guess I put this down. Thank you. Thanks. Okay. It's actually quieter here than I thought it would be. So this is what it looks like to be in this spot here. If I move this, we even have a little lock for the door here if we want it. Right out of the gate though, it does feel a little bit claustrophobic. Mind you, I've never even stayed in a capsule hotel here in Japan. I should probably fix that. Never stayed in one, so I have nothing to compare it to. I downloaded the catalog for this though, and they are apparently very well built, featuring HEPA filter, air purification systems, and a lot of other really fancy features. But taking a look at it from the inside, it looks handmade. The entire thing I wonder how much these things cost. I wonder if I'm actually going to be able to get any sleep in this thing. I personally find comfort in small spaces like this. I love tiny spaces, which is why I'm always doing videos on tiny apartments. But I can hear everything in the cafe, and I feel like my natural survival instincts are going to be on full alert, and I won't be able to get any rest. I'll try for 10 minutes. If I can't fall asleep, we'll move on and try the next pod. And at least that one's dark. Just need to find the right position. Nope. Maybe that's way too high. I feel like there's a certain amount of skill required to find the right comfortable sleeping position in this thing. I'm gonna okay, you know what? I tried for a solid 15 minutes. I've booked a 30-minute block in this, and without the fan, which they couldn't get working in this one, it gets really hot in here. So I'm actually low-key looking forward to kind of getting out. Let's see if we can do this. Interesting start, to say the least. I'm looking forward to checking this one out, but they've got coffee for me. Quick coffee break. Let me cool down just a little. It got really, really hot in there, and then we're gonna jump right into the next one. Thank you very much. They brought me a sandwich too. It's actually really good. Food was great, and this is my next sleep. It is so much darker in here. Gotta grab one of these here, and in we go. Wish me luck. Lock that, and this one is so much more, it feels so much smaller and claustrophobic, but I think if I try hard enough, I can kind of look out the window here. Hi. Okay, how is it with the lights off? The view in here is already considerably different. Let me move this thing and give you a peek at what I see from this angle. This is my view here. The dark walls make it feel considerably smaller than the last one, but I do have a little window. And there's not only a fan here, but also there's a built-in sprinkler system. I don't think the other one had those. Just double checking, and no, it didn't. Aside from the light switch here, there's also a switch for the footlight And for the fan. That fan makes such a big difference between it being cooler, darker, and so much quieter in here. I think I might actually be able to sleep in this one. This entire cafe is based around coffee and napping. Coffee naps, it's literally a whole thing. Feel free to look it up. Not sponsored, by the way. Japan does love a good nap. Everything from public to trains, even office buildings, you will see people napping all over the place. In fact, they have an entire separate section of the cafe with rooms just dedicated to taking coffee naps. This is the space right here. There are two types. One with super comfy napping chairs and one with a little napping sofa. And they have blankets. Also, they've added a little touch here that I really like. They've got these little speakers playing bird sounds and white noise. Okay, enough bird noises. Back to the sleep pod. Oh, I wonder if I can get this fan working this time. There's an actual... There's a light, but it's the fan itself. You know what? I think we're gonna try to sleep in here. This might be it. I feel like it works best if I'm not as vertical, like if I'm a little more crunched up. If I feel like I'm sitting a bit more. The fans help a lot too. Okay, let's give it a shot. Still way too high. Now the red lights from this display shine right in my face. They need a cover for this. But I will just put my phone in front of it like that. And there we go. Whoa, okay. I felt this thing shake for a second. In retrospect, it was probably just a big truck going by because we're right on the main street of Harajuku in Tokyo. But it made me think that this is not the kind of place that you'd want to be if there was an earthquake. I don't know. Maybe it would be fine. But my comfort level definitely went down. And since my heart is racing now, we're likely not getting any sleep, but I still like it. I do like it in here. You might think it was coffee, but I'm one of those people that whether you consider it lucky or unlucky is completely unaffected by caffeine. First thing in the morning, right before bed, zero impact. And I think that knock means that my time is up. That was actually a lot of fun. I really like it. Didn't sleep well at all, but I kind of liken it to camping. Yeah, if you've ever gone camping, you sleep terribly that first night, but after that, it's not. And look how futuristic and cool they look. I kind of want one in my studio. I have the perfect space for it in the corner right over here. But you would not believe what these things cost. What is your guess? My original guess was somewhere around $2,000, maybe $3,000. I was guessing $5,000 on the upper end of the absolute most. But the actual cost of one of these things is around 3 million Japanese yen. With the current exchange rate, that's something like 20,000 American dollars, far above what I was expecting, especially considering how handmade they look inside. They're built by this company called Giraffe Nap. Very suitable name, by the way. And if their catalog is to be believed, I'm guessing you wouldn't need the air purifier and the fan in there because those things should be built in at that price point and working, I would hope at the very least. And the ones there in the Nestle Cafe are only a temporary installment. In fact, by the time I get this video out, they'll be gone. But is that something that you think that you'd be able to do? Could you sleep vertically? I'm not a vertical sleeper. I failed 100%, cannot do it, but I've got to know what other people think. Please let me know down below. Also, lately, I have put together quite a collection of old, that is upside down, old retro Nintendo gear. I got the Nintendo Power Glove and an in-box Virtual Boy. Still haven't tested it, don't know if it works. Kind of feel like that should be a video here. Let me know if you want to see it. But thank you so much for hanging out today. And you know I will see you again real soon. Still think I need some kind of sleep pod for the studio though.